Hey everyone, I hope all is well. This is your girl Serena, and I am back with an ovarian cancer awareness post. So, first of all, thank you all to those who watched my video about me sharing my why I advocate, why I educate people, and why I do what I do. I also shared part of my mother's story. My mother, Marguerite Sauti Wills, was diagnosed with stage 4 ovarian cancer August of 2009. And I just want to thank you all for the outpouring of comments. People reached out to me personally through my website, through my business Facebook pages, you name it. And I'm just glad that I was able to share our story and shed light on what happened and how she thought her symptoms of menopause were just that. Not knowing that those symptoms that were now becoming exasperated was because she had stage 4 ovarian cancer. So I want to thank you all again for that. So today's post, we're going to talk about a couple of things. One are the symptoms that one experiences that has ovarian cancer. And the other is a little bit about gene mutations and what those are. So just bear with me for a few minutes and let's get to it. So, symptoms of ovarian cancer. The one thing I'm going to share with you up front is a lot of the symptoms are what I call vague. For example, my mom thought that she was just experiencing menopause, which is what she was going through. She was 60 years old. I have talked to women who were in their 20s and 30s and thought that they were just experiencing, severe cramps due to their menstrual cycle. That's what women go through. The bloating. That's what another thing women go through when they have their menstrual cycle, and just digestive issues. So that's a couple of symptoms right there. One is bloating, and we're talking moderate to severe bloating. The other is cramping. So, cramps in the, abdominal area. Some experience a lot of lower back pain. So again, we now have women who say, I already have lower back pain. Some have arthritis, for example. Some, might work in warehouses or in industries that require them to lift a lot. So they wouldn't put those pieces together to say, oh, I think I have ovarian cancer. These are the symptoms. Let me go get checked out. The other couple of symptoms, are urinary. Some people, women experience urinary tract infections. Some women experience painful urinations. Now, being in pain while you're urinating should send red flags to go to the doctor. But the one thing the doctor is going to look at is if you might have a UTI, for example. And a lot of women do have urinary tract infections, and they just give them the medication and send them on about their way. The other is pain when you're having sex with your partner or husband. So some women experience that it is very painful to have intercourse with their spouses, husbands, boyfriends, or whomever. But again, they still don't attribute it to, I think I have a gynecological cancer or an ovarian cancer. So those are just some of the symptoms that you may experience that could, send off somewhat of a red flag. But again, like I said, they are pretty vague except for the pain when you are having intercourse if you are sexually active. That's the other thing. Some women are like, I'm celibate, so I wouldn't know that. And, if you are experiencing pain when you are urinating, and also a lot of lower back pain and also pain in the abdominal area is also a signal. So those are some of the symptoms. I wish I could share with you more. What led my mother to go to the emergency room was those symptoms that she was experiencing between menopause and a couple of the other ones I just mentioned, like the bloating, for example, and the painful, urinating, was exasperated. She was in such pain, and she also could not really walk too well anymore. So that has nothing to do with menopause, or anything of that nature. And that is because, unfortunately, the tumors had already expunged cancerous fluid throughout her body. And it was up and down, from head to toe. So those are the symptoms to look out for. If you are, you know your body, you are the experts of your body. You're like, something is really wrong. Call your gynecologist and see if they can, do a transvaginal ultrasound. Another way is an MRI of your uterus, of your ovaries, of your whole reproductive system as well. Unfortunately, I will say this again, and I say this every single time, there is no accurate test to date, which is sad, to detect ovarian cancer. You can't just go to the doctor and say, I would like to take this test or X, Y, and Z examination to see if I have ovarian cancer, and 1, 2, 3, it will come back positive or negative. They still have not figured it out. And I'm praying that scientists and researchers can find a way to have a test where a woman could take either one test or a couple of tests that can accurately diagnose ovarian cancer. So that's tips right there in regards to symptoms. A little bit about gene mutation. People ask me, what is that? So both women and men, so men, I need you to listen up. Women and men carry, of course, we all carry genes. We all carry what is called the BRCA1 and the BRCA2 gene. All of us, women and men, period. What men don't know is that they can have a gene mutation of the BRCA1, BRCA2 gene, or other genes as well. They can pass that gene on to their daughter. So they have a child, they happen to have a daughter, they can now pass that gene mutation, because they are their father, to the daughter. The daughter now has the gene mutation and can become high risk for not only ovarian cancer and other gynecological cancers, but also for breast cancer as well. Again, I got the gene test done. I said that in a post I did last year, actually, and my genes came back, thank goodness, negative. Unfortunately, they can't even use that to say, oh, she will never get ovarian cancer, because both her BRCA1 and BRCA2 genes don't have a mutation. So the good news is, no, they don't have a mutation, which is great. The bad news is it still does not say I will never have ovarian cancer. And I just pray to God I never do. The other thing that I also learned about gene mutations is that it can skip generations. So my mother, God rest her soul, could have had a gene mutation of a BRCA1 or BRCA2 gene, skipped me because I don't have it, but it could have skipped over to my son. And even though, of course, he can never get ovarian cancer, the day he decides to have kids, if he has a mutated gene, he can pass it on to his daughter if he has one. So it can skip generations. So, I wish this post was more light. The one thing about being an advocate for ovarian cancer is I tell the truth. I am honest. Again, there's no accurate test to test for ovarian cancer early screening. Some women can catch it in the stage 1 and stage 2 stages, which is great, but it's more like 70 to 80% of the women who are diagnosed with ovarian cancer are already in stage 3 and 4. Only about 14 to 20% of women are in the early stages. So we want to really get those numbers down. We want it to be a very small amount that might not be caught, and a larger amount that could say, okay, I caught it in stage 1 and 2, and now I can get tested, I can get treatments, and do what I'm supposed to do to heal from this cancer. We want it to be 90 to 100% where women could catch this cancer and detect it and be able to treat it properly. So that is it for today. I know I took up some time, but I really wanted to shed some light on symptoms and also about those genes, because people do ask me about genes, and men especially just brush it off saying, I'll just pass the information on to women because it has nothing to do with me. And gentlemen, I am telling you, you can carry a mutated gene and pass it on to your daughter, or it can skip generations. So that is it. My name is Serena Wills. If you would like more information, you can go to my YouTube channel, Divine Right, and that's spelled DivineWryte, all one word. And that is my YouTube channel. You can look up other posts. I also have a website, divinewrite.com, and Wright is spelled Wryte. And there you can check out posts and facts that I, share, and stories as well. And, feel free to follow me on my social media platforms. I'm Divine Right with one word across the board, except for Facebook. It is Divine Right Wellness, all one word. So that is my time for today. Thank you for stopping by, and stay tuned for another update in the near future. Take care. God bless. Bye.